to the outside, easy, dot. Are you struggling to stop the run? Be sure you check out Meister Madden for a full guide covering all the meta formations from I form close to heavy panther. What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a money play found in the gun split close, and there's one particular route we're really going to be focusing on. And the play is wide receiver corner. I believe this is in the Patriots offense as well. As far as I know, they're the exact same playbook. There are a couple formations that are slightly different from them. Nonetheless, they're pretty much the same exact thing. So cover 3 sky, we're going to start it in a basic cover 3. The setup is really easy. You're going to go and put both of your running backs on wheel routes. So both Y and RB. Now this is kind of where it can get a little tricky. Both corner routes can be a read. The right side depending on how the curl flat plays it. On the left side, on the other hand, Michael Thomas is always going to get over the top of that curl flat and always going to get underneath an outside third, even an outside quarter. So we'll look for Michael Thomas in this situation. Go ahead, snap the ball. You can see low point pass, see the outside, easy, dot. You can fit that every single time they click on. It's going to be really hard to get into position still because this is man 20. But nonetheless, we can fit that in every single time. Again, running backs both on wheel routes, and you're going to look for Michael Thomas primarily. And depending on how they shade, if they shade underneath, Ted Ginn Jr. is going to get open as well. Now, sometimes you can fit Ted Ginn Jr. in. It just depends on what the curl flat is doing in that situation. So we'll go ahead and see if we can fit it into Ted Ginn Jr. But usually your primary read is Michael Thomas. So we'll snap the ball. That time we're going to get insta shedded because secure protector doesn't work. But that corner out at that time was open. I don't get this game, guys. Don't worry, I don't understand how it works. That time it does. But you can see right there, we have the corner out on the right side, left side wide open, and both wheel routes opened as well. So now we're going to go ahead and shade underneath in this cover 3. This is kind of where you can start fitting in Ted Ginn Jr. on this corner out when they have hard flats out on the field instead. Now secure protector, do your thing. And you can see right there a simple shade underneath when they start having the hard flat or even a cover 3 cloud with a hard flat on that side and a curl flat on the other side. You're going to be able to easily fit that in. As always, your go-to thing is going to be Michael Thomas every single time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and switch over to a cover 2. Now this is pretty much a smash concept is what we are creating. So we're going to go 4-3. Let's just go temp 2. We'll go back into split close and wide receiver corner. So again, a wheel route, both running backs. And you're going to be looking primarily for the wheel routes to get out of the backfield because there are cloud flats in the Tampa 2. Unless it's a cover 2 hard flat and you see these corners automatically just bite down into the flats, you're almost always going to take these flats and then work your way up. It's really easy. You're going to force your opponent to make some adjustments out of it as well. So we'll snap the ball right here. You can see right there. Wheel route wide open for a gain of about 3 yards. If you give it a little bit more time, the wheel route's going to get even more open because the corner routes are going to pull the cloud flats back and thus allow the wheel routes to get even more open. So go ahead, throw it back on wheel routes, snap this ball, and right there you can see with a little bit more time, we get a first down on cloud flats. Now, this is basic Madden. We're going to go ahead and change this into a cover 2 hard flat and say they are like, okay, I'm going to take away the underneath stuff, but in turn what they're gonna have to do now is they're gonna give up over the top. You can see right there, dot. Now that's a touchdown. So realistically, while this wide receiver corner is effective in attacking both outsides, we're gonna start going into cover 4, and later into this video we'll show you guys how you can adjust out of this and really just completely shut it down. So we're gonna go into quarter. I believe it's either dollar. We'll be right back when we find it, but I believe it's dollar. Here we go. Cover 4. Contain, split close, wide receiver corner. So this is pretty much equivalent to a cover 4 drop show 2 and how this cover 4 contain out of $1.326 is going to work. And we're still going to be looking for Michael Thomas on this corner out and sometimes Ted Ginn Jr. again, depending on how well the curl flat plays it on that side of the field. I've had times where the curl flat plays it amazing. I've had times where he just doesn't play it at all. So that corner out, while it is an option, it's more so based on what your opponent is doing that side of the field, especially if they have a hard flat over there. So we'll go ahead and look for Michael Thomas. You can see right there, pass lead to the outside with a low point pass. Easy, dot. They click on, you click on, and you're going to get the ball every single time. It's really not too hard. We'll look for Tekken Jr., although I suspect that the curl flats are going to be playing God tier today and just not going to let us have it. So you can see right there, they play it really good. We make a really bad read, but nonetheless, you guys get the idea. If they play underneath on that side of the field, if they have hard flats on that field, then you're going to go ahead and take it over their top. Michael Thomas, on the other hand, even if they play man defense, we'll go ahead and audible into that right now in a simple cover 2 man. He's corner out. I don't know what it is, but it's generally going to be sharp enough to be able to beat man coverage. So we're going to go ahead and snap this ball. He gets right there. He toasts his man. Easy gain for what, about 17, close to 17 yards. Really basic stuff. Now, on the other hand, we've got this corner out, and this is going to be really tough to beat. We've got Denzel Ward going against Tekken Jr. I kind of expect that to be just bagged because it's a mismatch. But we'll look for Tekken Jr. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't. Most times it doesn't, and we're almost always looking for this X receiver. So go ahead and snap this ball. You can see that time he kind of beats his man, and Denzel Ward gets the famous warp animation to the ball carrier and grab his body. But even with a couple steps, you're almost always safe with a low point pass to the outside to fit that in against man coverage. Whereas on the other hand, we go back into wide receiver corner, audible into cover 2 man, set it up. You're always going to fit Michael Thomas in. Always. You can see right there. Torches his man, possession catch on the sideline for an easy gain of approximately 17 yards. Now, with this being said, in this cover 4 drop show 2, this is how I'm going to go about bagging it. First off, I'm going to go ahead and press, shade it underneath, so we already have hard flats out there. And then we're going to put both B and X into cloud flats. And I might change this into a cover 2 or something of that variety. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. But nonetheless, this is how you're going to just bag this play all together. And then you can start rushing some people or whatever the case may be. And you'll be able to bag this play fairly well. Now, do keep in mind, we're going to put this guy back into hook curl, that you have to worry about this tight end running this little dig route. So we're going to set this up because sometimes you can pass lead it to the outside up the seam for a quick dot. It kind of just depends on where the user is. For example, if the user's over here, I'm never going to throw that because it's too easy to pick off. Or you can start making some more adjustments out of this and start calling other plays. This is what a scheme is. This is how you make a scheme. The scheme's not built on one play, it's built on multiple plays and different reads and hot routes behind it. This just happens to be a really tough play to stop, but going against a good opponent, they're going to be able to box it up fairly easy with just something simple as what I just showed you guys. So with that being said, that's kind of how you're going to take away this money play, but then this is also how you're going to use this money play until your opponent starts showing you that they can adjust to your adjustments and box you up. So that's going to take care of this video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, get in the lab, start working on this scheme, building a split close. That's what I'm doing currently. If you guys want a split close mini scheme, be sure you drop a like on this video. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.